So today is December 19th, and we are back with my last challenge taker, David. I invited him over for a smoke sesh and a follow-up interview because, frankly, I had a few more questions.
Okay.
Though I knew that you had survived a horrific fire, I had no idea that you're a suicide survivor. Can you tell me what was going on in your life that got you to that point?
Well, I've always had the tendencies for years, and it it was just too much bad things and going wrong, and just all like continuous to where I didn't want to continue on anymore. I couldn't take anymore. I was done.
Um,
It's like tapping out. You can only get to yourself so far, and your brain can only handle so much.
well, you're a veteran. You're a veteran, and you're battling through some PTSD. Can you share with us a little bit about that?
It's a lot of growing up Southern California and the life I had to grow up to survive, and then at 17 going in the military. They tried to make me quit. My company commanders wanted me no longer to didn't think I was old enough to defend the country at 17, and tried to make me quit. And it was just so much that my brain just fried to where I did what I had to continue, and the stuff I had to go through because I got the razzing more because I was the kid. Even
shit.
the ROTC kids are like 18 in the high schools. I'm younger than them, and I'm actually serving for my country.
Oh, wow.
So I went through a lot in my life that the stress and traumas and damages really took its toll, and
Just got all built up.
Yeah.
What was the healing process like for you?
well, it was a lot of trial when I came to in February when I realized I was in ICU and was hooked up to a feeding tube, but conscious of what was going on, and then having to relearn how to walk and talk and use my hands and everything else. It was, because all the muscles contracted over those months.
Would you share with them like what had happened?
I was at the final straw and poured 5 gallons of 2-stroke gas on myself and lit a cigarette and went up in flames.
Damn.
In my parents' garage.
Oh shit. And how old were you?
29.
Damn. That's so young too. That's so young. And so, how long after? So, like, what all happened? Did your parents find you? Call for the ambulance?
My parents were there. They heard me hit the wall, and my dad saw it, grabbed the nearest blanket, and threw it over the top of me.
Okay. And then you were saying that you woke up in ICU. Were you like? Did it like put you into a coma or?
I don't know. It's some type of medications that they gave me to not to keep me alive, but not let me know what's going on. Like parts of my past are gone because of it. It's erased chunks of bits and pieces and large
Damn.
pieces of past memories.
But it was all in to keep you alive.
Mm-hmm.
And so how? So when you woke up, what was your first thought?
I was just trying to realize where I was and what was going on, because it wasn't the last place I remembered.
Wow. That had to That had to be a bit unnerving to wake up and see yourself in the hospital.
And that was in February, and they told me it was about another year and a half, and I should be out of the hospital. And by early April, I was walking out the doors. I had
Within months.
I forced myself to feed myself. I forced myself to learn how to walk and talk and do everything on my own.
Wait, so in other words, you're telling me that
In
when
less
you
than 2
woke
months.
up, you had such a drive to survive.
Oh yeah, I
and to
had
live.
Oh yeah, I forced myself and started walking one step from my bed with a worker there, and then the step back, and then 2 steps, and then the 2 steps back until I could walk the entire loop. And I did that in a matter of 2.5 weeks.
Holy shit! So in other words, this is a little mind blowing to me, is to hear that you had found yourself at such a point,
Well, yeah,
and then to wake up and be like, you want to live so much that you fought through all the pains and beat their expectations.
I don't want to sit there and live in a hospital for a year plus. That's not hospital food is not that good. I don't care which hospital you're in. Harborview is pretty good, but it's still not the greatest. It's not. I'd rather go get a burger from McDonald's.
Very true. Very true. But
so I forced myself, and then when I got to the occupational therapy and physical therapy, they told me before I could leave, I had to start in the bottom floor of Harborview and walked up the stairwell to the 8th floor, the 9th floor.
Wow. Damn.
And I was flying up that thing. I was like, oh, I'm out of here. I'm going home tomorrow. I'm not staying any longer.
That's freaking amazing. That's amazing.
I can do the rest to myself over time and do it myself at my pace. But I'm not. I just want out.
So was there any one specific thing that might have happened that made you just give you hope for life again?
It was just the waking up and realizing what had happened and how lucky I was, extremely, because people with even half the burns at that age don't make it, and I'm beyond life expectancy for medical science, so.
You were saying the doctors.
They said about 4 to 5 years, and that'd be around 2004 or 5 area. They predicted earlier in 2006 or later in 2006, and I'm still going. So.
Wow! And as you were telling me, you attribute it to cannabis.
Oh yeah, I got off the pain meds and told my doctor I'm addicted. I don't want to be them no more. I don't like being addicted to something. And I told him I was the black flag me or whatever, do whatever he's got. I don't want to be able to access these no more because they're too addictive. I was like, I don't care your views, but I'm going to medical marijuana, and I'm gonna get stoned and do it healthy and not be addicted to something that's gonna one day kill me from the use of it.
I'm right with you on that. Cannabis is the only thing that I use for the fibromyalgia. I'll use pain pills for a bad tooth, or I'm having a kidney stone.
Extreme headache.
But yeah, extreme headache even. But other than that, especially for just the fibro, because it's not going to go anywhere, it's going to be with me for the rest of my life. There's no point in me going down the opiate road to addiction, and we all know that it just isn't a good road. Not for me. It's not my path. Cannabis, this shit saves. Definitely makes life a hell of a lot easier, let me tell you. So, what's life like now? It's been 20 years since you were at that point. What's life like today?
Oh, I enjoy every day I wake up. It's the most amazing thing, waking up at somebody almost 50 years old. So I always try to look forward to doing. I got routines I have to do daily, and with my pets and all and stuff, plants and everything else. I've got my routines, but I try to live each day to the fullest. I try to get what the most enjoyment I can out of it.
Hell yes. Hell yes. And so you've been married now how long?
I've been this year, July or June, we'll be married 9 years, and we'll July 21st of this year will be, or this next year will be 11 years together.
Wow. Wow. And you were telling me that was something you didn't think would ever happen.
Oh no, I even after the fire, I date and when I'm ready, can't take a person, I used to just bounce on to the next. I'd move myself elsewhere, and I'd never even pictured finding somebody that was so much like me that I could handle being around them every day.
Isn't that the key though? Finding somebody that you can handle being around every day is freaking hard, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, I've had aunts and uncles married 8 and 9 times, and
oh shit.
And some even married the same person over again. So I just I'm good. That's why I didn't want to get married until I found somebody that was going to be right, because I personally don't believe for myself in divorce. So it's,
okay.
I'm married till I'm dead and beyond.
And you found that, and had you been successful, you never would have met her. You never would be experiencing all of this right now. Wow. Your story is really compelling. I am so glad I got to meet you. Like I said, all I had known was that you had been through a horrific fire. I had no idea. I had no idea that your story was gonna hit me so hard. It hit so much right here, dude. That's one of the reasons that I had to call you back for a follow-up interview, because I was just so shocked that I really I didn't know what to say. I had so many thoughts going through my head that I just kind of got tongue-tied. And afterwards I was like, wait a second, I wanted to ask him about this, I wanted to ask him about that.
See, that's when I was in boot camp.
Oh wow, can we show this?
Yeah.
And this is what he looked like when he was in boot camp, guys.
17.
Damn. Holy shit. You're like you're a babe. Wow. Wow.
My dad's thing was, when I turned 18, I either was in the military, or I had a job and paid rent, or I moved out. And if I'm going to have to go in a few months, I'm just going to go to enlist now and get out of here.
Wow.
Get done sooner.
Yeah, I can definitely appreciate that logic.
I'll still be young
Damn.
when I get out.
Well, David, I think that's all the questions I have for you. I want to say thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. On that note, as always, guys, it's your hit. Don't make me smoke all this weed by myself.
Come walk a mile with Seth. He'll show you magic.
All right. I challenge you all to walk 1 mile with me. Come on out here. Come see all this magic. All right, guys. Much love, much peace.